Missouri court rules the stacking of cannabis taxes is prohibited. An appellate judge panel on Missouri recently ruled that local governments cannot stack cannabis sales taxes, overturning a lower court's decision from May. The Missouri Court of Appeals Eastern District ruled on Tuesday that local governments cannot stack cannabis industry sales taxes. The ruling reverses a lower court's decision from May that allowed the city of Florissant, and St. Louis County to impose a 3% sales tax on adult use cannabis sales. In the decision, the panel of appellate judges said that the state constitution's plain and unambiguous language only allows one local government to impose an additional 3% sales tax. Due to the stack taxes, customers at Florissant dispensaries were paying a total of over 20% in sales tax on adult use cannabis products. The primary question before the panel was, what did voters intend by local government when they approved the adult use cannabis reforms of 2022? The appellate panel determined the answer to that question is an unincorporated area like Florissant, the village, town, or city is the local government, not the county. In an interview with Gannett, Andrew Mullins, executive director of the Missouri Cannabis Trade Association, said the ruling helps put $3 million back into the pockets, $3 million back into the pockets of Missouri customers each month. According to the data from the Missouri Department of Revenue, 90% of the state's 114 counties have enacted a 3% cannabis sales tax, with 74, including a municipality that has imposed a tax, meaning both city and county governments have been imposing 3% taxes at dispensaries. Double dipping! Doug Morris, spokesman for St. Louis County, told Gannett that officials are reviewing the ruling and determining next steps. You got smacked down by the courts. It is unclear at this point what the financial impact would be, he said. No, it's not. It's super clear. You got your hand caught in the cookie jar. Greedy, greedy, greedy. A similar case is pending in Buchan County. So I just had to kick it off with this. As most of you who've heard me on this show would say, I rant and rave and riff about the fact that the cannabis tax structure in most markets, municipalities, is absolutely criminal and is like a foot on the neck of a nascent industry trying to differentiate itself from the unregulated market, as well as create margins for entrepreneurs and value for customers. So I want to hear what the rest of you guys think and feel about this today.
I think this is overall this is good, bro. Like they're not allowed to stack taxes. Am I correct on that? Or they
got smacked down.
That's great. This is fantastic news.
Lower taxes. Yeah, it's fucking great.
Exactly. I mean, I don't understand why all of these elected officials think that it's okay to stack taxes on top of taxes when taxes are just unjust in the first place. Our whole country was founded off of the fact of us fighting against taxation and whatnot, and yet all these people just want to do is just tax the industry to death.
To death. Yeah, I mean, we would have another Boston Tea Party, but we just don't want to dump our cannabis in the water.
I think we should do that with all the outdoor weed.
Hey, now, I'll be liking my son growing terps.
Mm-hmm.
So, this hopefully is the beginning of a domino effect across the country and across many markets. Now, I don't know if that's going to allow for a clawback or revised math with the taxes that are already collected.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, these municipalities have a vested interest to litigate this and tie it up in courts and take it as far in that process as it can because they're making money. But imagine what our world would look like in the near future if there was substantial tax reform. Not because regulators wanted to support operators, but because the court said,
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think all of these groups should file some type of class action suit after this to demand a tax credit in some sense for the overtaxation that has been spent.
Mm-hmm. At what point, Jason, do you think is or what do you think is the tipping point when it comes to taxation when MSOs are going to be the only ones?
Well, Trump already said that he's not going to charge tax on tips. So
when it comes to cannabis,
you see what I did there?
When it comes to cannabis, do you think there is a point where MSOs are gonna be the only ones that can survive with the taxation the way it is right now?
I mean, I don't think.
Isn't that the point?
I don't even think MSOs will ultimately be able to survive with the point of taxation that it is. I think the meaner and leaner you run your business, the best, the better you're going to be able to stand to weather this taxation storm. I don't necessarily think that it's only going to be the MSOs that are able to survive, but I do think that you do have to be vertically integrated in order to be able to withstand it.
Maybe they get a much better deal on taxation now. They have Lanza in there, who has the inside bite.
Well, you know, in all fairness, there was a tweet that got put out by Elon today from the from the Doge office. And he said, which government agency should we audit first? And to which I responded, the IRS, because I would love to see the IRS get audited. We already know that. Yeah. Like let's just audit the IRS. Let's see how well they do, because we all know that the State Department has been failing all of their audits.
Oh yeah, keep it spicy, y'all. Love y'all. See you tomorrow.
All right, Rico, you have a fantastic day. And on that, we're gonna roll into our next commercial, and we're gonna be right back.